Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Gosh, you guys have the instrumentation that I wish I could have, but I'm not able to have anymore in this new show Revolution because we don't have any of this.
No, you don't.
It just doesn't work anymore. Such an unfortunate thing, but I like that we have it here because it makes my job easier. You can get that completely out of the way. Put it on the floor. But it's a pleasure to see you all here.
Too.
Yeah, I'm glad you're interested in this particular show. I'm really excited to be a part of it. I think it's a good one. I think it's going to teach us some new values and be food for thought about how we move into the future.
What can you tell us about the militia and where that's headed?
Well, I think the militia is an elite group of men who've decided to be on the side of right, and decided to try to keep the world moving in a direction that is safe. That they are, Captain Neville, who is the head of this militia, is the last line of defense before there's anarchy in the world. And it's already begun. Because there are good people still out there, family farming and trying to find their families across the what used to be the United States. But there are people out there who are taking advantage. And Neville has to be the one to stand in defense of the last of the good people. Now, is he completely good? Well, we don't know yet. I think he's a guy who's an enforcer, and any enforcer is looked at as being a person who probably is a bad guy. But look, I'm trying to protect people from doing wrong to you. I'm trying to protect, you from you. I mean, if you get stopped by the police and you run a red light, I've got to, no one likes the enforcer then. But yet, you might like the enforcer because he almost hit you, so I'm saving your life. So in a way, I think the militia is this elite group that comes from a certain part of the country. And in that part of the country, we haven't seen yet, we haven't been there yet, is a different way of life. So again, we're talking about a caste system where people are left to their own devices, whether they survive or not. And the people who band together, who have the last of whatever modern weapons there were, are living a better life. But this is kind of the way it is now, isn't it, in a way? So it's a great analogy for the world that we're in.
You have absolute talent for playing really terrifying, understated characters. How exciting is it to go from playing a drug lord basically to this other different kind of enforcer where you have kind of an understated militia to a very obvious militia? Which one do you think you prefer?
Well, I always love understated. I think it's really great. But at a time now, after being so understated for so long, and successfully so, with my show Breaking Bad, I'm excited to play a guy who's a little more fun, and who you might not know which direction he's going. He tells little soliloquies, little stories to get the truth out of people. And I like that playfulness. There's a little more playfulness about Captain Neville that I am mining for gold.
He was an insurance agent. That's a fascinating twist. I thought that was great.
Yeah, an insurance adjuster. I mean, an insurance adjuster is, he may seem really likable and affable and he wants to get you your money for whatever happened, but he also knows if you're telling the truth. And that's something I think is so very important. We all lie every day of our lives. Someone asks you, so you look at a movie and you're with a friend who might be in it and you tell him he was good, maybe he was terrible. So it's about really being truthful again and developing that capacity and facility to be honest. And this world will demand that. It certainly will demand that. So I'm really excited to play this guy because I think he can be on the understated side, but he can be a lot of fun.
So what do your friends think of you in Revolution?
What
do you think friends think of your job in Revolution? Do you think did they say you did a good job?
Friends who might see the pilot?
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope at least they'll say
maybe.
that I rode the horse well. I'm excited to be riding a horse. Yeah, I think so. I think so. If I do my job correctly, you'll get a certain amount of menace, but you'll certainly get a certain amount of fun as well. He tells stories that are really fun to draw people out, and he's in search of something. He's looking for the key to what happened to the powers, and I think that is something that our whole world of Revolution will be looking for. What What are we doing today? We're trying to figure out how to have clean water to drink. We're trying to figure out how to have windmills here in California to be able to make power and generate energy. It's all going to be about energy. The next big thing in this world that we live in is water that is free, that is cheap. That's the next highly taxed element. Is going to be water. You think you're paying now a couple of dollars for clean drinking water out of a bottle right now. It's going to get worse. But they're going to make that happen. See, that's what governments do. And that's what the militia might do. They're going to create a scare for fresh water. And then they're going to make us pay for it. And people are going to get tired eventually. In our world of revolution, people now have to deal with a basic element of survival. It's very different than what we've ever seen before. And it's also based around character-driven characters, but it's an action piece. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And, for all of those who haven't stayed in shape and don't know how to fight and don't know how to take care of themselves physically, it's going to be another challenge. This is a new world. It's survival of the fittest. And we could be coming to that world soon. So it's interesting to be able to show this. I remember getting a book from a friend years ago, and the book was called, it's a book that was written in the 50s, How to Survive in the Woods. And I opened this book, and it told you simple things. Like, when you're outside for days and days and days with no foliage coverage, you literally get suntan and your eyeballs will burn. Because you have no sunglasses. We don't have any of these modern things anymore. And so this book taught you how to shave off a layer of bark from a tree and be able and take a twig and be able to make homemade sun eye protection. Things like that were fascinating me when I opened this book. This book exists. Probably very few copies left, but it teaches you all of these things about how to get water from trees and sap and juice and all these things that you would never know. I think it's kind of fascinating.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The two characters just added.